You're listening to Sneaky G, the Cowboy Hippie, and the Clary OG, the Two Roofs podcast on Northeast Streaming Sports.
I'ma keep it 100, you heard me? Look, to be honest, y'all ain't even on my fucking level, to be honest. Some of y'all dancing with the devil, to be honest. Y'all ain't even supposed to be here, but since we all here, let me tell you what's real, to be honest. Y'all ain't even...
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Stefan, a.k.a. Sneaky G, man. And I'm here with the Clary OG.
What's going on, dude?
I guess Ish is trying to get into the MLB Hall of Fame.
He thinks he's a professional softball player, dude. Is what
Hey, if I could be a professional football player, a professional flag football player, there is hope.
Listen, dude. Listen, bro. These guys take it to a whole other level, man. With their bags and their cleats and their uniforms, and I don't know, bro. I played in a couple of leagues. I'm more of a beer league guy, bro. Just tell me what position you want me to play, and I only hit home runs or singles.
You only hit dingers. You only hit dingers.
I don't like. I'm hitting the gap, Sneaky. I'm only getting a single, bro. I'm not running. Okay. I'm only running one base at a time, bro.
You sound like me.
I ain't lying. That is, dude, Sneaky. It is the truth. Every team I ever played with knows that Clary's only going to run one base at a time. And let me tell you, if I'm not going to run hard either, bro. It's a slow jog, no matter how I hit it. But yeah, so that's where Cowboy Hippie's at. I
will say this, that softball is a beautiful thing. When I was in Seattle, actually, we did a company-wide softball tournament. And we played it. I mean, there was kind of like a mixture of like, you had commercial people, meaning like people from Walmart, Target.
Right.
And then you had some like people from Navy and whatnot. And we played the Navy, and it's co-ed, but I'm sorry. I think some of the women need to be tested for human growth hormones. There was a female that came up to bat. I was catcher, and she was like, "You got some pretty lips," and I'm like, "Thank you, but I'm married, and she could come too." I'm like, "Oh my God!" Oh no, I'm kidding. That didn't happen. All right, let's get it over with.
Let's jump into week one, man.
Let's jump into week one. So it was. Well, before we do, hold on. Before we do, I got a confession. It was we always meet up about 7:30 before the show,
right?
Kind of have a whatever discussion, and sometimes we actually get into it,
right? And
we do you, the viewers, a disservice. Today wasn't the day.
Right.
It was an awkward, eerie silence. And
well,
then you came and you said, "I'm just going to say it when we come on." I'm like, you know what? Me too.
Look, before we get into your game, before we get into my game, I want to ask you, besides the Giants and the Cowboys, what game or what player surprised you most in week one? It's besides our teams. Is there someone that's you want me to start or you want to start?
I will say this, and it's not really a surprise because I was warned about it, and I think you probably mentioned him too. Jameis Winston.
Hey, that's my boy.
Jameis, even though I'm not surprised, but I'm surprised. With five touchdowns. 5.
He had a 130 quarterback rating. I'm gonna tell you something, man. That look, that game stood out obviously for me. But that was the one. But since you brought it up, I'm gonna tell you my 1A, 1B game.
Okay.
I was really in awe of how the Arizona Cardinals shut down
Yeah.
Tennessee. Kyler Murray always was a slow starter, came out the gates, looked good. Henry was kind of a no-show, man. And they got ahead. They had to play from behind. Tennessee is not a team that can play from behind. In Arizona, man, I mean, barring, what Aaron Rodgers didn't do and what New Orleans did to Green Bay,
right.
I was impressed with the Arizona Cardinals, man. Shoot.
So Gabe says it best. He asked, "Are you're not surprised about the Texans game?"
No.
Tyrod Taylor is so underrated. Tyrod is so underrated. He took the Buffalo Bills to the playoffs when they haven't even touched the playoffs in so many years. And he came back with the performance. That's why I'm not really surprised about the Texans for myself.
No, look, I'm not either, man. Whenever when I used to gamble a lot, I would primarily go against rookies early on in their season. And so I'm not like blown away by that game. Jacksonville's a bad team as well, bro. Let's be real.
Right.
So, but you know what? That's good for Houston. That's good for the Texans, man. It shows something, man. It shows, hey, we got a guy here, man, that's willing to go out there and ball out, man, regarding the situation. That game really didn't stand out to me, only because of who was playing. That was basically a pick'em game to Vegas, so it wasn't a surprise if either team won that game. Mm-hmm. But no, I see what you're saying, man. But hey, Jacksonville's not good either, man. So no surprise to me.
I'm actually shocked at the numbers I'm doing right now on Jameis Winston. He was 14 of 20, only $148.
Right.
But 5 touchdown passes.
They controlled that game. I mean, they didn't have to do much in the second half, bro. They didn't have their game was in control, clock management. They didn't have to do much in the second half. That game was over. I mean, I don't know, man. We talked about this earlier last week. Mm-hmm. I said Green Bay's gonna have a trouble, man. This is gonna be a problem in the locker room. And it certainly looks like it, right? I mean, what did they get? Did they get more? Did they get 3, or am I 3 points?
Mm-hmm.
The Green Bay Packers.
With Rodgers. With Rodgers, yeah. And now that we're talking about Rodgers, I saw his I saw his pregame interview early this morning, and I didn't see the interview where he was talking about how he was contemplating retirement and I'm summarizing. Okay, I'm summarizing, but it was one of those or prior interviews, sometime after the NFC Championship game. I'm not a fan of Aaron Rodgers anymore. He seems too diva-esque for me.
Well, I was a fan until this started. I agree with you on the diva side. I liked it. He had a pretty good sense of humor. The dude always joked around, seemed like a good guy to play with. And then all of a sudden, man, I mean, I don't know if he's that teammate anymore. I don't know if he's that guy anymore. And what happened in the offseason, dude? Very weird, very sus, man.
Yeah.
But remember what I've told you. To me, Green Bay has had the worst run organization under the people that people don't talk about. They've had Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, man, and they can't seem to get anybody around them. Sure, they got Adams but their GM, their management's been garbage, man, for years.
Yeah,
for years.
I will say that I'm not. I mean, now keep in mind, I know when I say that, I'm talking about Aaron Rodgers, the football player, because of course I don't know him how he is as a person.
Right.
I don't know how he is as a person, but wow, it's going to be a long season. Well, I don't want to. I hope they rebound from this, because you're right. Aaron Rodgers, reigning MVP, 3 points.
Yes.
So, of course, before we get to our games, let's go ahead and look at the other scores for the NFL. Seahawks over the Colts. Yeah, to me, that's not a big shocker. That's not a big shock.
No.
Russell Wilson threw, and I only saw the highlights on this one, the prettiest 70-yard bomb.
Right.
Oh, my God. What are your thoughts?
You know, the Dolphins squeezing out a victory against New England was pretty cool. You know, tight, old school football game. But you know, the Chiefs and Browns lived up to the hype. Good ball game there, man. Nothing really. I mean, there wasn't really anything crazy though, right? Yet nothing like.
Well, I mean, I would say the Philly Atlanta game, but it's Atlanta.
Well, I watched that whole game, Sneaky. Atlanta got the ball, went straight down the field, and I was like, this is going to be a long year for Philly. And boy, did they respond the rest of the game, man. And you know, Jalen Hurts, man, they still didn't have an answer for his legs. He picked him apart a couple of those pass run option plays, man, and they didn't know what to do. And you know what, God, Lee, Jalen Hurts is just a freaking winner, man. I mean, the dude, and he's so calm and collected, like he shows no emotion, man. There's just something about, and I know you're not primarily a big fan of his, right?
Right, yeah.
But
yeah.
You know, I am, and it just that, you know, Atlanta's in trouble too, I think, man. Just like Green Bay. I think both those teams are going to be regrouping after this year. We might be seeing their quarterbacks last year's from Matty Ice and Aaron Rodgers in their respective teams.
Oh, man. So now not you, because you're being very professional, but some of these comments I'm saying, oh, I can't wait till we get to the Cowboys game. And I don't mean that towards you.
Oh, I'm good, man.
But let's see, Chargers over Washington, which Chargers didn't look good in the beginning.
No, they didn't either.
They came back towards the end. The Steelers over the Bills.
You do. I was watching that game as well, off with the Eagles game. I'll tell you what, man. Golly, dude, is Mike Tomlin maybe like one of the best coaches ever, dude? I mean, it just seems like, I don't know, man. He made some coaching, he made some adjustments in the halftime, and came out balling, dude.
Yeah. Tom, I've always been a fan of Mike Tomlin. Because
he had 0 points at halftime,
yeah,
Sneaky.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, I remember him when he was coaching with Tampa.
Right.
With Gruden and the linebackers, and he was hyping them up, and I'm like, this guy's the real deal. And then when he got picked up, with the Steelers, and the Steelers, I think in the whole franchise, they have had like three coaches, maybe.
Yes.
I mean, just that alone.
Yes.
Not as a coaching, not as being a coach, but just the organization as well as a whole. Although Roethlisberger. Hold on. Let's look at his numbers real quick.
He made a couple of big time throws in that game. He wasn't the great Ben, but he made a couple throws that you said, shit, man, Ben still got it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
18 of 32, $188 and a touchdown. Najee Harris, I love his story as a rookie. 16 carries, 45 yards. Let's see. Dante Johnson got the only touchdown pass. Honorable mentions, Juju.
Juju ran over. Hey, he ran over somebody in that game.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Juju actually ran over somebody.
Total of 52 yards. Let's see here. Did I mention the 49ers over the Bears, over the Lions?
No, but that was a weird game. I mean, they had that game in control as well, and the Lions just kept scoring towards the end, man. I saw a little bit of it, and
Goff didn't look Goff-ish. Like, he looked a little off, but I mean, with 33 points, apparently they did something right. The Bengals,
right,
with a kick in overtime,
right.
Panthers over the Jets.
Zach Wilson did not look good.
You talked about the Cardinals over the Titans. I think with the Titans, if you can hold that offense at like a 3rd and 8 or a 3rd and long,
right,
you're good.
and gain ahead of them. That's
yeah. Well, you think a touchdown or 10 points? A touchdown and a field goal, and just
well, dude. It's just they're a very old school type football team, man. You know, Tennessee, they love to pound that rock. I mean, and falling behind early, it just threw them off. And this was the perfect game where Arizona usually is a slow starter. It's a new season, and you never know what happens. And Kyler Murray, dude, another guy, bro, another winner, man. Hey, real quick though, Trevor Lawrence, first regular season loss ever. First regular season loss out of high school or college.
Are you what?
Yes, not counting bowl games, obviously.
Right.
He has never lost a regular season game, dude, till today. I thought I would throw that out there. I didn't know if you heard that or not. And that blew me away when I heard that.
So, and I'm looking at his numbers right now. 28 of 51. He threw 51 times.
Yes.
332 yards, 3 touchdowns, 3 picks. What happened to the running game? Oh, maybe because were they playing from behind?
Yeah.
Actually, they were. Yeah, they were down. Looks like 20.
Yeah.
27-7 at half. And then they did score a touchdown in the third and the fourth, but it was still not enough. Not enough. Holy cow. Tyrod, 21 of 33, 291, 2 touchdowns.
Right.
Hold on a second. We
about to get there.
Oh, we're saving the best for last. Okay. And
what up, Young K? What up, my man? Good to see you, dude.
So hold on before, and I think what did I leave off at? Okay, we talked about the Dolphins. We talked about the Pack. I think we hit every game. So let's do your game, and then we'll do the Giants.
Okay.
So the Cowboys and the Bucks.
I'm going to start off, and look, it was a very weird game for me. I normally don't take losses well, but there was probably a couple things I looked at in this game. Dak's ability to drop back and just throw the ball, where his head's at, where his mindset was. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna tell you, dude, this is one of the most courageous games as far as coming back from injury. When you drop back, 50, 60 times after a season-ending injury, and you control a game like you did on his side of the ball, all kudos to Dak. And if you guys have ever listened to our podcast, I am one of the biggest haters as a Cowboy. I keep it real. Sneaky knows this. I really am a fan that talks bad about the Cowboys an awful lot. And Dak as well. I was really happy the way he came out and balled out. I still think, though, if we don't get a pass rush in this as a defense, man, it's still going to be a long season. We're going to have to score 30, 35, 40 points a game, man. And in this league, that's hard to do. Look how good Dak was, and they still lost. But to go on the road to the defending Super Bowl champions, man, look, like I said before, it's a 9-8 division to me. 9-8 is going to win this division. We're going to lose games along the way. But I'm happy. I'm impressed with Dak. I just think we need to make, obviously, some adjustments on defense, man. But overall, dude, this game did not upset me one bit. I was not mad about it. What do you think? What did you take from that game?
Honestly, I think y'all should have won.
Well,
I think, and here's why. First and foremost, yes, I hate the Cowboys. Everybody knows that is true. You declared me the number one hater. Thank you, Clary. Yes. I love you for that. Because it's facts. You're not lying. But first and foremost, I say all that to say this. It was good to see Dak play. It was good to see Dak. You don't know what's going on in his head. Probably he got his first. You play football, right?
Right.
When you got your first hit, you're like, okay, all right, now we're playing. We're playing.
Yeah.
So Dak's numbers: 42 of 58, 403, yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. You guys should have won that game.
Well,
And-
you know
and-
me.
Well, and I'm going to say why. Because of the fact that as a whole, 4 turnovers. Now, okay, yeah, the kicker missed some field goals, but on the hindsight, Tampa Bay, the score should have been a lot more because of the miscues, the fumbles, the penalties, a lot of mistakes that I saw Tampa Bay do. And I said it because I saw the beginning. I saw like towards the end of the first half, and then of course I saw the rest of the game, and I'm like, Tampa Bay's giving it to you guys. The goodwill fumble in the end zone.
Well, that's what I'm saying, man.
I mean,
that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't think if we don't get that fumble, they go up by 9. I mean, we got lucky with that play. Look, everybody wants to say, look, it was absolutely offensive pass interference. Okay, I don't care what anybody says, but that's not why we lost. I agree with a little bit what you said. They handed us the game with the turnovers, man.
Right.
I'm not a one-play guy. You guys know this. I've never been a one-play guy. Although it was a big play, man, we got to look back at the drive before that. Clock management, not getting a first down, holding calls on a final drive, man. The Cowboys could have worked some more of that clock, but those holdings stopped the clock, so on and so forth, to where you give the GOAT a minute plus with a couple of timeouts, and all he needed was a field goal. He didn't need a touchdown. He needed a field goal with a very good field goal kicker. Tampa Bay has one of the best field goal kickers in the league.
Yeah.
So, hey, man, I take it as a grain of salt, man. Look, I'm going to end it with this, and I'm going to go into you because I'm excited for what I saw. Now, when I watched your team play, I would not be excited for the rest of the season with Daniel Jones as my quarterback, man. There is nothing that will excite me for this season.
So with Kurtz, I don't know if you heard what I said before, Kurtz. The 4 turnovers, right? Maybe I should have articulated. Yeah, that interception at halftime was basically a punt. I mean, it was a trash turnover. You couldn't do anything with that. Maybe you should go back, listen to the show, come back, and then give some thoughts. Now, do you want me to?
Well, look,
I'll let you go ahead. And
I just led with that, but I mean, look, man. I've obviously not just because of you. Daniel Jones just is not good, man. I don't know if it's the coaching. I don't know if it's a play calling because obviously who your offensive coordinator is. But God, dude, I even fell asleep watching this game. It was so boring, man. So vanilla. So what are you guys gonna do to come after a game like this against Denver at home? I mean, honestly, look, let's. Can I ask you a serious question?
Okay.
And without being a fan right now, serious question. Going forward, I know it's just one game. How many games are we going to give Danny Jones before Giants say, "Hey, man, we're going to give him the rest of the season, but this is it going forward"? And then go on, explain to me about the game and everything.
Okay. I'm going to lead with Daniel Jones. Now, a lot of Giants fans are saying that Daniel Jones. I mean, here's one right here. Daniel Jones is bad. Gabe, same one. Daniel Jones is trash. Even Ant is very unhappy with Daniel Jones.
Right.
I can't honestly put the loss on him. Now he made, and I was watching some of the game because I knew we were going to talk about him. There were a couple passes. I'd say like 1 or 2 passes that were behind. Actually, one that was behind. But without the fumble. I mean, he did fumble the ball.
Of course he did.
Yeah, right. And but you know who I blame that? Okay, it's fun. Let me tell you the funny story about that fumble.
I got you.
Who'd I blame?
Well, I mean, besides Danny Jones?
Oh, yeah. No, I blame OJ Sports. I blame OJ, and I'm gonna tell you why. I Yeah, we actually just put our dog. I had him on live, okay?
Oh man.
And this mofo said Daniel Jones is putting on a clinic. If you go back and watch that stream, I told him, don't. As soon as he got off, that's when the fumble happened. Watch. What? But I mean, that's just me being superstitious. Now, we have a lot of new questions on defense. I don't know what the game plan was that Graham put in. I saw a lot of zero coverage. That's where there was no safe. There was no middle linebacker. Everybody was man up. The Peppers, I love Peppers, but he got burnt constantly.
Shout out Peppers.
That Big Blue and Big Blue Peppers.
Yeah. Yep.
That tight end had the inside play because he had no inside help whatsoever. There was, and our offensive line, although if I'm not mistaken, only gave up one sack. We got a sack. They got a sack. They had 2 turnovers. Of course, we only had the one. But what really kills us, and I've said this a lot of times, anytime a team gets the team that gets closest to 40 yards at the time of possession, okay, their chances of winning are high. Denver Broncos had the ball for 35 minutes, and we had it for less than 25. We're not going to put points on the board for that, But
okay, seriously though, you didn't really answer my Danny Jones statement or question.
Well, no, I did.
I mean, look, Sneaky, I don't know what. Look, I sent Sneaky a couple texts because I went to Twitter. Oh my goodness, man!
Yeah.
Danny Jones was getting roasted by Giants fans all over Twitter.
I wouldn't doubt it.
And Twitter, I don't post a lot on Twitter, but I love to go read stuff, man.
Yeah.
And he was getting absolutely shredded, man. Look, I mean, what do you do? What do you do from here? Let's say, who do y'all got next?
Thursday night, Washington.
Oh, divisional game. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you go? Okay, as a Giants coach or GM, what do you do if Danny Jones goes out and just has another bad game? Do we just keep riding this kid out, dude, because you don't really have a plan for a backup? I mean,
no.
Do you
don't.
Look?
Well, because of the fact that we don't have a plan, I don't. As of right now, again, like this comment says, it's only week 1. We'll bounce back. Now, and to be fair, if we start the season off how we typically start the season off, then a conversation should start to have. I'm not going to say if you guys, you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
But because of this loss right here, I can't entirely say that it's because of Daniel Jones. Now, if he would have thrown 3 picks, just 3 or 2 fumbles,
right,
couple delay of games, I'd be like, you know what, maybe we need to make some, but he didn't do that. But you know what? But what I will agree, and you finally got it out of me, play calling.
Yes, man.
Play calling on both sides of the ball was extremely questionable. When you give, I don't know why we did a jet sweep. You know what a jet sweep is.
Right. Well, yeah.
With Clowney or with Tony. I get we got to get him the ball. I get it. Do it on a drag or the little sweep. I don't get it. And the type of defensive and I wish I was in the room when they put the game plan together, so I would understand. So I don't have any questions.
I know.
I'm like, okay, no. Then I could be like, okay, guys, calm down. The reason why Graham, the reason why Patrick Graham left the middle of the field wide open is because of, and I don't have an answer for that.
Let me ask you something about your stud wideout, your star wideout. I'm trying to find the stats right here real quick.
Galladay?
Yeah, what did he look? Last time I saw he had one catch. I don't know what he finished with though, dude. I didn't really. I was falling asleep.
Galladay had 4 catches for 64 yards.
Okay. Did he? What? How many times was he targeted? Do you know off the top of your head?
I don't know.
Not a big deal. Not a big deal. But
maybe 6 or 7 times. Maybe
Galladay is a guy that's gonna start chirping, man. And what sucks for New York is he's in New York. You know what I mean? He's good. No, not nothing against it, but New York's a huge market. It's a tough place to play.
Oh, I see.
And I'm saying Galladay's going to get irritated really quick if he puts up 4 for 64 yards, man. It's just that's not, I don't know if he played decent, but I can't say decent, man.
Well, I would say he did. He did not play.
Okay, let me ask you this, guys.
He did not play horrible. He did not play horrible.
If Daniel Jones played decent, Giants fans, how did Dak play? That's decent.
That's not a.
It's not. That's a fair question.
Well,
if Danny Jones is decent, what's Dak? Freaking Tom Brady? Come on, guys.
That's not a fair comparison. Because
that's a perfectly fair comparison. We played the Buccaneers.
Dak threw over 400 yards.
Yes.
All right? Now Jones threw over what? He threw for 267. Okay.
Well, one of them was a junk. One of the drives is a junk drive, man. This is being real.
It's 2 different types of offenses. You know that.
McCarthy. Absolutely, it is.
We could say McCarthy is a little more open, or Kellen Moore is a little more open than what's his name? Garrett is.
Yeah.
So I don't think that
has to listen though, Sneaky. That has to go with your quarterback's capabilities. These guys make their game calling and their game plays based on what their quarterback can do. Your coaches know that Daniel Jones is not capable of doing what Dak can do. That's why it's such a vanilla offense. That's why the play calling is what it is. Let's be real, man. Let's be real about it for once, dude. The Cowboys have a great top 7 maybe quarterback. You have a bottom 7 quarterback. And that's what it is.
If the Giants felt a certain way towards Dak, then they would have made a play for him. They would have made a mistake.
The Giants made a mistake in the draft. I mean, it's what it is.
And again, I'm going to say this: the offensive line played, below average. All right. Soldiers literally threw a lookout block for Jones today. Okay, he's the DB, the defensive end passed him. Look out!
I know.
I mean. So to say Daniel, and then we got this right here, and Thomas is a Giants fan, okay, and I respect the. Hold on a sec. Ant says he needs to come on. No, yeah, we're good. Because he'll say how much he did have his. His displeasures about Jones as well. I'm going to do something that I haven't done in a while because I felt there was no need to. Because I didn't. What I mean by a while, I didn't do it last year. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to break this film down of the game.
I do it a lot.
I'm honestly going to sit down and I'm going to heavily critique the Giants because I agree with Ant. He's tired of losing.
Right.
I'm tired of losing.
I'm tired of losing, asshole.
Oh, shut up. Y'all got 5 Super Bowls. That's what y'all say every time.
Listen.
Well, not you.
No,
I don't remember you ever.
Really quick. My NFL team hasn't won since the 95 season, 96 year. My Michigan Wolverines haven't won since 1997. My Dallas Stars haven't won since 1999. Listen, guys, I'm sick of losing. All right? I don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah, you're right because the the Yankees did win in 09 and the Giants did win in 2011.
Yeah, but you're
But
not a
I'm
real
still-
Yankee fan. I can't even think of you as a Yankee fan.
Not
Sneaky.
yet. Give it time. Not yet. Give it
I
time.
can't,
It will.
dude.
That's fine.
Dude. No, nothing against you.
No,
I
I
just
know.
can't.
No, I know.
And
It's fine.
plus, I don't
Well,
baseball. I don't know.
yeah. Well, and plus, I'm more of a. Well, I mean, I can't say I'm more of a Yankees fan than a Rangers fan, but
Look. Honestly,
Um,
what I was saying about the quarterback comparisons is just this, man. You can only coach your guy as good as he is. They know what they're capable of, and then you have Garrett, who I watched for years, kind of hold people back a little bit, questionable game calling, questionable coaching decisions, and then I see him in New York, and I was happy for it. You know, it's not like I was sad to see him go. There's a reason that we were happy for it, especially in a divisional rival. I was like, yeah, go to New York, bro. I wish he went to Philadelphia, actually, man. But that's a whole other story.
Right.
But no, that's all I'm saying. Look, it's football's so crazy. It's a week-to-week league. As we know, it's any given Sunday.
Yep.
You know, I do expect you guys in the Washington football team to have a very close, old school style game Thursday.
yeah.
I haven't decided who I think wins yet, but I really feel it's going to be an old school NFC East ball game.
And it's in Washington too.
Right.
So Thomas says, LOL, me and Ant need to rip this team. Yes, I know. And then Ant came back and said, DJ is not good. We need to stop making excuses for DJ. He is not the guy. I'm going to be honest. He did not lose the game for us.
Right. But
Now he did. I mean, the defense, I mean, there were plays where wide receivers were wide open. Like legit, the guy dropped a wide open touchdown. There was nobody, Clary, you and I,
hold on.
right
Let me
now,
ask you this. Let me
we
ask
were
you.
close to him.
let me ask you. I was high on the Giants defense, and I said that's what's going to make them
Yes.
challenge for division.
Yes.
Now watching your defense with the play calling of Garrett, I mean, as a Giants fan, I would be a little bit worried for this season. Luckily, we all play in the East, so we're going to get a couple of wins just because we play in the East.
Right.
But God, dude, I would be a little like me. Look, I'm excited for my season. I'm not going to lie to you, Sneaky. As bad as our defense is, I know we're horrible still.
Right.
Golly, dude. Watching you guys fly around the field, Dak's only interception should have been a catch. I don't know if you saw that.
Right.
I mean, so honestly, Dak almost had a damn near perfect game.
Let's see. Yeah, and I had to put this up because I know you feel.
Let's go,
Yeah.
baby, Oregon
Nothing
Ducks.
better. Yeah.
Hey, real
Was
quick,
that- yeah.
when we talked about breaking film down, I don't do it as much as the Cowboys, but I like to break down Michigan football, man. So I just want to throw that out there. Shout out to Michigan Wolverines. They played a pretty bad Washington team yesterday, but we're 2-0, baby. And the Ohio State Buckeyes live. Let's go, baby.
I do want to talk about Shep. From last year, he was hurt last year and came back from injury and has been on a momentum shift for greatness right now. And I just hope he can just continue that momentum and keep playing the type of football he's playing.
Let me ask you about that. That is actually very interesting. And I was going to ask you about that. Once again, Galladay's won. This is so Danny Jones and Shepard have something, right? They have some rhythm.
Uh-huh.
Once again, man, Galladay is going to start chirping. I came here to be the number one, and I, God, dude, it just seems like this is going to be a tough year for you guys, man. Even with that, and I like Shepard. I like him. He's a good player. He's a playmaker, dude. But once again, you got that guy Galladay that's supposed to be your one. And I mean, he didn't really do anything.
Well, the way and Thomas Bank, and this is I don't want to say so much, but you know what? Yeah, I will say Jones's fumble was a key part. Was a key play because had he not have fumbled, we would have got a field goal. It would have been at least I think it would have been 2010 or 2017. At minimum, if we would have minimum got a field goal. Now, about Galladay and Shep, I believe Shep understands his role. Galladay understands his role. Shep is dangerous in the slot.
Right.
And with Galladay as a wideout, and of course we still have Slayton as the other wideout. I mean, it's just going to make the whole team better as a whole. But I'm going to like play calling today was on both sides was just atrocious.
Yeah, even the Cowboys game, the coaching decisions, they made a couple of really questionable ones, man. Especially coming from McCarthy, like the Cowboys made a timeout called the timeout at the end of the first half that put a bad field goal kicker in for a 60-yard attempt. Now it didn't hurt him. But those kind of coaching decisions, man, I'm like, dude, what are we thinking, man? Yeah. And that's us sitting at home. I mean, I always look, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's times when I think I can get on a sideline, and I could almost do as good or better. And I'm not gonna even bullshit you than some of these guys. I don't know what they're thinking or what they're watching sometimes. I don't know if the stress or pressure gets to them. Maybe it's a different story standing on the sideline. But God, man, I mean, you have assistants there, use them. You have stats there, use them. You have these. The NFL is so analytical now, man. There's so many stats, bro. Right. Use them.
Right.
But back to you, man. I get it, dude. The frustration is going to keep building, man. As long as you have a guy named Jason Garrett over there on your sideline, I guarantee it, man. I guarantee it, Sneaky.
Yeah, well, today was not, and again, I am going to be very critical of the game calling, but the one thing I will say that really, I put my blame on the defense is that three times today, Denver went for it on fourth down.
Right.
And you know how many times they made it?
How many?
All three times. They were 100% efficiency on fourth down conversions, and they were 50% on third down conversions. 7 of 15 attempts.
What were the fourth downs? What was the yardage on those fourth downs? Do you remember? Was it fourth and short or? Well,
I don't remember. I'll have those. I'll have those.
The guys I listened to during the week, they broke down analytics for fourth downs and where you should go for it, bro. According to analytics, and we might start seeing this more, they were saying you should go for it 4th and 1 or less than 1 starting at your own 20. Starting at your own 20.
Yeah,
now,
I remember you talking about the high school that never punts.
Right, that too. But
yeah,
this guy went through the analytics of it and he broke it down completely, man. And eventually, I see people going for it more, maybe at their own 40. Michigan went for one last night at their own, I believe, 38-yard line, and the game wasn't like it. They were winning. And I know that's a college game. They had some momentum, but I believe that we're going to see a little bit more of that, man, as we push forward in the next couple of years. But I mean, and I think it'd be fun. You know what I mean? I think it'd be fun to watch.
Thomas, okay, I stand corrected. Thank you, Thomas. I couldn't remember if they were up 20 or not. So that fumble, we were driving, man. A touchdown would have made it 17-14. Holy crap, we could have finished a sack. So many converted third, fourth. Okay, yeah. Then that's what I just got into it. Okay. Today just really, it did. It really did suck. And Saquon was on a pitch count, if you will.
Right.
But to be fair, the second half, when we needed him, I think they threw the counter out the window because he stayed on the field pretty much the whole second half.
Hey, Saquon is my running back, by the way, guys. So F you, guy. You Giants, F you, man. And I started him, dude, because I still thought he was going to play more, man. I lost, by the way, but not because of him. You know who my freaking quarterback was, Sneaky?
Oh,
Aaron Rodgers. I had Aaron Rodgers and Saquon in my lineup.
you're not the only one though. You're not the. I bet you everybody had Aaron Rodgers starting. Now, in excuse me, in my fantasy feud league with the family, I sat Rodgers, okay, because I had Josh Allen and Rodgers. Let me tell you my lineup because this is the family feud. Only it's us four.
Right.
I'm sorry, well, it's five of us, but Nick and Mama Boss share a team. So I have as quarterback Josh Allen, McCaffrey, Adam Jones, D-Hop, Diggs, Kettle, Robinson from Jacksonville, Gano, the kicker, and then the Falcons defense. Yeah, I should have started the Falcons defense because you know how many points the Falcons defense got me?
How many?
The same amount of points you would have gotten me.
Hey.
0. They scored 0.
You know who my backup quarterback was?
Ironically,
Jameis Winston.
Oh my God.
The same.
God.
And you know what, guys? Look, I'm going to tell you something. I am a Jameis Winston fan, so I had to have him on my team. And I'm like, dude, no. But yeah, so, dude, fantasy football is so finicky, bro. Especially when you're playing a 12-team league like I do. It's really stretched with talent.
Yeah.
And I had a couple guys go out before the game started today, so I had to make some game time decisions as well. And it makes fantasy, and this is a pretty big league. It's a pretty big money payout, man. And I just absolutely got throttled in week 1. But it's a long season. I kind of came out like the Giants today, man.
You know what? I'm still gonna wear my lanyard to work tomorrow.
Wear it, dude.
I'm still going to wear my lanyard with pride. Man, it is. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Look, man. As long as the Cowboys lost, no one can really say shit, man. They can't. I mean, we're 0-1. We're both 0-1, dude.
I need to step away for 1 sec. I'll be right back. Take it away.
Well, I guess we'll talk about the Michigan Wolverines, baby, since he gave me some time. Look, guys, the Michigan Wolverines, 2-0 last night. They played a Washington team who came off a loss. Preseason-wise, Washington was the preseason ranked team, and Michigan wasn't. And they lost their first game of the season. Now Washington's 0-2. But, man, I know there's a couple of Michigan Wolverine fans in here. It is hard being a Michigan football fan. Especially over the last 10 years, man. It's brutal. It hurts the heart. I'm actually a bigger Michigan fan than I am a Cowboys fan. And so, I mean, the Cowboys haven't won either, but it's just very hard being a Michigan Wolverine fan. And then with Ohio State dominating the recruiting class year after year after year, top 3, top 5, top 3. It's hard to compete when Ohio State's getting the best players year in and year out. And to see the kind of trouble, Ohio State was in trouble in week 1 as well, but they pulled out the victory against Minnesota. But they got kind of manhandled yesterday because the score was closer than the game. But Oregon Ducks, man. I mean, that I had to talk about Michigan while you were gone. That was my time.
Oh, it's okay.
Michigan.
Oh, yeah. No,
and I'll just finish up with saying I was very impressed with Oregon. I was very impressed with Oregon. And like I said, Ohio State's going to have some problems this year. And it was noted in week 1 they were going to have some problems. So hopefully, maybe, man, Michigan, we might have a little chance this year, guys. We might have a little chance this year.
Break that streak.
God, dude.
Harbaugh might finally get his first win.
Dude. I mean, God, bro.
I thought the Navy Army game rivalry was brutal. Finally, a few years back, the streak was over. So
I'll tell you something though. I'm gonna stay on college football for a second because some interesting things happened. Florida State lost to Jackson State, okay? Florida State lost to Jackson State. The week prior, Florida State should have beat Notre Dame. How good is Notre Dame? They're not that good, but once again, they're a top 10 team because they're Notre Dame. And one more thing, the tweet of the sports tweet of the week was the Arkansas Razorbacks telling the Texas Longhorns, welcome to the league. Dude, you have one of the worst teams in the SEC absolutely manhandle. Now, we know this. We know they haven't transferred yet over. I know that, guys. I get it. They're not in the SEC yet. But the way Arkansas tweeted that, they just said, welcome to the league, bro. They manhandled Texas last night, bro. Manhandled. And Arkansas is bad.
What was the score? Well, I mean.
It was, dude, I don't even know the end. But they were up by 30, dude. This is the deal. I have always hated rankings in college football because of this. Notre Dame's a top 10 preseason rank. Are they a top 10 team? Hell no. Texas, top 15. They lose to the worst team or second worst team in the SEC.
Right.
They get destroyed. We need to come up with a better system, man, or else, it gives all the – if you're ranked 2 or 3 at the beginning of the year, Sneaky, you get a better chance at the end of the year because you were ranked so high at the beginning with no prior games. So hopefully with these teams starting to combine with super conferences, super stuff, maybe we get more of an NFL type of scheduling, and I don't see why we can't. I really don't, man.
Well, to stick with college a little bit more, if you increase the games, in the SEC, so primarily what? I mean, a school from SEC, they get what? 2, maybe 3 out of conference game, and the rest is in conference.
Right.
And then that gives them what, 13, 14 games?
No. They're only playing 12 games at the most.
12 at the most. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. My fault. Well, I know because I was thinking like how they're changing up the playoffs now.
Right.
They went from 4, which I think they should have just stayed at 8, but that's just me. But they jumped on to what, 12 now with the two teams getting the 2 teams getting a bye, right?
Right.
I'm really curious on how they determine who gets in the playoffs or not.
College. I love college football. You know that, man. I just hate the rankings now. It just shows how stupid it really is. It really does now, man. Let's let the season play out. Maybe 8 weeks, and then let's just pull out a ranking. Let's let them play 8 weeks of football, man. I mean, because this is just, ridiculous. Notre Dame, come on, bro. They barely beat Florida State, who lost to Jackson State last night. And then they beat, I think it was Toledo last night by 3. So come on, bro.
I think obviously I do have the same feeling that you get, but I don't want to speak for you. I think Notre Dame is overrated.
Absolutely every year.
And I hate the fact that they're in an independent league, or I'm sorry, they're just independent. There's no league. It's just independent. And I get why they are, because they have that NBC that contract.
Right.
Then they don't want to lose it. But something has to be done to where they're in a competitive league so we can, like you said, see how good they are.
Well, look, Clemson, okay? Clemson was number 2. They played 1 game and lost to Georgia. Georgia now 2. Great team. Clemson now, the rest of the season, is not playing a ranked team. Come on, dude. I mean, look, as much as I hate the SEC because they're probably so dominant, I'm more of a hater than anything. They're beating each other up week in and week out. Alabama's the true number 1, bro. Let's be real. But then you got Georgia's, you got South Carolina, you got LSU, you got these powerhouses, man, that play each other each week. Clemson's playing freaking Florida State, who can't win a game. They're playing who else is so? I can't even name North Carolina, bro. North Carolina, who was going to be great, loses their first game. The ACC is so bad at football that Clemson's not going to play a ranked team the rest of the year. But they're ranked number 2 to start the year. So if they run off 10 straight games, they're probably going to be in the playoffs. Fair? Hell no, bro. Hell no. I love the sport so much, but I hate the ranking system. Hate it.
I just don't like having two teams play for the national championship. Two teams in the same league play in the national championship. But it's going to happen. But I say that because that's what happened in the BCS.
Right.
And of course, that's what happened in the college football playoffs. But if you have this field of 12 teams, it's a good possibility of that happening. Alabama against SEC.
Georgia,
Yeah,
Auburn.
Easy.
You know, I even broke it down some more. I started doing like some more breakdowns of college football. I even would like to make it into a four conferences spread across the United States. 4. Somehow we equal it out, man. We equal out these 4 freaking conferences. If you win your conference, I don't care what your record is, you go to the Final Four. Because something is just like you said, we agree so much on this, on the rankings and all these way they're picked. I don't know, bro. They gotta just do something better. Where it's going, it's just Alabama, and Alabama every year.
Now, is it the point where when our school is going to be starting to compete against Alabama? Because there's going to be a point where Nick Saban is good with recruiting. Why?
Absolutely.
Because they win. I mean, you see them every year. I don't know if you see them, but you got the players wearing their championship rings every year. You could Google it. Google Alabama national championship. You see like players, like you don't even see fingers. You just see all.
And
then you have the Alabama players drafted.
Right.
And that's what people want.
We saw Clemson, put a good run with Trevor Lawrence and Deshaun Watson, back-to-back badass quarterbacks. We saw a good run with Clemson, but I mean, it's not Alabama, bro. And Ohio State always puts on a good run, but we never talk about anybody from the West. Like I think the West Coast colleges always get overlooked and overshadowed all the time. Do they have the best team? Nah, a lot of times they don't, man. But look what Oregon did. I mean. This is the problem with the ranking, Sneaky. If Ohio State's number 2 or 3, why shouldn't Oregon be 2 or 3? I don't care where they were prior.
Right, yeah.
Hey, you guys put Ohio State 3. Oregon should be 3 then, according to your all stupid rankings.
Right.
I don't care if they weren't ranked. You put them number 3, bro, because they just beat your ass. I don't know. You see how emotional I get about this college football stuff, man. I just don't agree with a lot of it.
Are you more passionate about professional or college?
Oh, college.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
Obviously, it's pros for me.
No. Yeah. When you were gone, I kind of, that's what I would talk about and let them know that I'm more passionate about the Michigan Wolverines than I am about the Dallas Cowboys.
We are coming close. So I guess it's time to do the damn thing. I'll let you lead it off.
All right, man. Hey, guys, thanks for spending an hour with us, man, dropping in. I love the support, the love, the comments. You guys rock, man. Welcome to the NFL season, man. We're here again. The stadiums are full. The fans are out. The people are hyped. We all came into this 0-0. You Giants fans, those Cowboy fans, we're going at 0-1, so it's already an uphill grind. But, hey, man, look, number one thing, have fun with the season, man. I love to talk smack. You all love to talk smack. Don't take nothing personal. We all love each other. We respect each other's grind. With that being said, I hope your players, your team stays healthy this year, and we have some fun this year. And go Cowboys, man. I'm excited for Dak. Much love, guys.
I am glad football is back. I'm going to echo what Clary said. But obviously, we Giants have some more work to do. I had fun on the stream today, and I have fun with Clary right now. I was talking football. Yeah, it just started, Clary, and we got 16 more to go. Not 15, 16. So it's going to be a nice, long season, and I'm ready for that ride. So be good this week. See y'all next Sunday. Let's go Giants! Ow!
I'ma keep it 100, you heard me? Look, to be honest, y'all ain't even on my fucking level, to be honest. Some of y'all dancing with the devil, to be honest. Y'all ain't even supposed to be here, but since we all here, let me tell you what's real, to be